Welcome back to Tech Talks from Commercial Baking. I'm your host, Maddie Lambert. In this episode, sponsored by Farinart, I'm speaking with John Howard, Business Development and Sales Manager, about current trends in baking and dessert mixes. John, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thank you, Maddie. I appreciate the time. I'm looking forward to this interview.
Me too. Are you ready to talk about dessert mixes? Because this is one of my favorite topics.
Absolutely. I'm a meat and potato guy, but you can't have a good dinner without a good dessert.
And me, myself, I'm a dessert first, if at all possible. So, right now, food categories across the board are seeing demand for products that balance convenience and high quality. And in particular, dessert and baking mixes are gaining momentum because consumers can save time and justify the purchase for the mix's quality ingredients. According to Market Research Future, the international dessert mixes market size is expected to grow from almost 4.5 billion in 2023 to 6.5 billion by 2032. So, my question to you is, how are flavors, trending, classics, anything in between, specifically impacting this current demand for ready-to-use mixes?
Everyone likes to indulge. And I think that having a different type of flavor profile introduced into the market, it's gaining momentum due to the millennial and Gen Z population. And so we see a lot of more what we would call exotic flavors or premium flavors. And those types of flavors are going to be more palate attractive to the younger generation. And so you're going to see more of a lemon zest type of flavoring. You'll see more of a green tea type flavoring. Everyone wants to experience food. And when you can provide a dessert that covers not just the traditional of vanilla and chocolate, but also can go out into a flavor profile that's not the norm. And so when people associate a dessert of indulgence, they associate an experience, a time with family and friends where they can have dialogue and conversations, and primarily that dessert is going to be a talking point at the dinner table. And so Farinart has the ability to be able to bring these different types of flavors that aren't necessarily the norm into the marketplace in our cake mixes.
That is so true what you said about they're going to be speaking about the dessert because meals are a prime eating occasion. So when you can balance that indulgence with shareable format, it's just like the perfect combination. So I know you talked about indulgence, but how are healthier mixes trending for consumers? Better for you is definitely a hot topic right now, but what is the data saying?
The data is showing that the millennial and the Gen Z population, they're looking for vegan options, vegetarian options, and allergen-free options like dairy and egg-free mixes, low sugar, and organic. The data is stating that these types of consumers are going to continue to trend upwardly because that's the new norm. Healthy eating is the new norm, whether that's in a traditional dish of dinner or if it's in a dessert. They are looking for those experiences, and the data continues to show that this is not going away. It's not just a trend. It is going to be the future of desserts for some time in the future, I would imagine.
Gen Z is definitely coming into their purchasing power. As a member of Gen Z myself, I can admit that I do look at the nutrition label when I'm looking at dessert because I like to, as I said before, justify why I'm getting it. So I definitely think these trends are showing us something and that maybe they're not just trends, maybe they're sticking around for a long time. So how does Farinart help develop mixes that appeal to these trends?
By approaching product development with from a perspective of what hasn't been done and what limitations are out there that is preventing us from doing something. And because we're at the forefront of the different trends at Farinart, we're able to utilize our R&D team. We have a wide variety of backgrounds in our R&D team. We have a chef, a certified chef, who's been on our team for quite some time. So she brings in that cooking experience into the baking arena. And then we have a PhD in our R&D team. They're going to bring the technical aspect of of how ingredient functionality is going to work in a formulation in order to provide the best premium product. We have other members of our team who have experience in baking. So when you bring all of those different types of experiences under one roof, it's limitless. We can pretty much go through different types of formulations from different ingredients. We can source ingredients because of our extensive background in sourcing and in grain blending. We have a worldwide network where we're able to bring certain ingredients in that, and then be able to mesh that all together to provide a unique experience.
I'm glad you brought up the specific ingredients that Farinart utilizes, and I wanted to talk specifically about sprouted grains. You had mentioned that, dried herbs, vegetable powders. Can you talk about the benefits of using these in a formula?
Sure, absolutely. So let's use sprouted grains, for example. Sprouted grains, the benefit of that is it's a more nutrient dense product due to the sprouting process. This makes us a better source of vitamins. Overall, they offer an enhanced digestibility and nutritional absorption compared to unsprouted grains. And so those different vitamins are going to be vitamin B, vitamin C. They also provide fiber and protein into the bread formulation. And so that's one way. The next one is fruit. We all know that fruit inclusions in desserts have been going on for quite some time. But one thing that we provide that's unique is upcycled ingredients. And so basically an upcycled fruit in a baking formulation is basically you're repurposing that fruit, which may be imperfect. So for example, it may be damaged on the exterior. And so we would take that fruit, let's use a banana, for example, or even an orange peel or a lemon peel. You could repurpose that by using a drying method, grind it up into some type of powder form, and then you use that as a minor ingredient in the cake mix. And so the benefit there is sustainability. Health conscious consumers are more in tune and involved with what they're putting in their body. And they also want to associate their eating experience with something good. And when they can see that they're giving back to society by purchasing this particular ingredient that's made with upcycled fruit versus a traditional fruit, they recognize that as saying, hey, this is my way of giving back. And so the consumer today is very conscious of all those things. And so if we can bring a product to market that encapsulates all of those things, then I think it's a win-win situation for the manufacturer as well as the consumer.
Absolutely. Consumers today are increasingly aware of food waste, so upcycled foods play a huge factor in this area. I just have one last question for you, and it might be
Sure.
the easiest one. What is the best way for a baker to get in touch with Farinart and learn more about the awesome work you guys are doing in this space?
So the best way to get in contact with myself or a member of our team is just to either reach out to our on our website, which is www.farinart.com, or you can reach out to me directly. My email is jhoward@farinart.com, and Farinart is spelled Farinart. We'd be more than happy to schedule a meeting with you and have some discussion, a product ideation session, to maybe lend you some inspiration in how you can develop a product that you can bring to the marketplace and have success doing it.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. This was a really insightful conversation, and I am definitely going to be grabbing dessert after this. So I appreciate your time and your insights, and this was so much fun. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Maddie. I really appreciate it.